name is Delta and welcome to the 2022 phone collection tour. As you can see, it's grown a very significant amount since last year, and there's actually another phone down here that I literally just got today. The battery does work, it's just a little bit dead. So yeah, let's plug that one back in and let's get started with the collection tour. Roll that intro. This is an iPhone 4S. I don't know what the capacity is, I just know it's a 4S. I got it for £1.50 from Bemu Phones. The guy I bought this from has two eBay accounts, one called Bemu Phones and the other one called Special Offers. And they are both part of the same company and you can score some really good deals from them. I bought this because it has a working battery in it hopefully, but I'm not actually sure about the issues itself. So yeah, I'll get onto that in probably a separate video. But let's move on to the phones that are on my bed. First up, we have an iPhone SE. This is an iPhone SE in gold, 32GB. It powers on just fine, works fine, no issues. Got a small little hairline crack across the screen, but it does otherwise work. This is a Galaxy Y that I got for free off Plain Apple, also known as Daniel. We used it in a video and it was pretty indestructible. However, it's not indestructible anymore as it no longer powers on. I'm going to be using it in a future video, along with this phone. Round two. This is a BlackBerry Q5. It's running BlackBerry OS 10 and can run some Android apps. It's an 8GB model and I'm pretty sure that's all they came in, but this is the 4G LTE model, so this thing should work for a very long time. While that's loading, the phone I'm using right now is an iPhone 8 64GB that I got from Daniel for £10 as it had some mild water damage, which I've now fixed. Here we have a 16GB iPhone 6. It has a small hairline crack and I'm happy to talk about the fact that I'm now getting my 32GB iPhone 6 back very soon. This particular unit is iCloud locked, but it is bypassed, so you can use it for music and stuff. It just has no cell data or anything like that. This is a Galaxy Ace. It's and I'm going to be smashing it in a video. Unlike the first one I smashed, it's the I variant. However, it's still absolute so I feel no remorse in breaking this thing. This is an iPhone 3G or 3GS, I'm not actually sure. The problem with this one is it has a non-functional dock connector, so it doesn't charge properly. However, I am looking to get that rectified as it is an otherwise working device. Next up, we have a 16GB iPhone SE, which unfortunately does not work. It is unlocked, but it went through the wash, so I put it into this damaged housing. It is here because it's a device that I hope to get working in the future, maybe in a future Delta Fixes episode. But yeah, let's move on. This is a Galaxy Europa 3. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. The last time I googled the model number, that's what it came up as. And this is a phone that I actually used as my main phone in 2017. This is the iPhone 6S that I fixed in a really old video of mine called Fixing an iPhone 6S. It doesn't have its original home button as I put another screen on it and the home button cable ripped in the process. This is my Galaxy S8. I got it for £10 on eBay and it has some pretty severe burn-in, but it carried me for a very long time and was a very good main phone while I used it. I really enjoyed using it, and honestly, it started to sway me back to Android with its OLED screen and always-on display. I really loved this device. However, the battery life is absolutely shocking, so it's not really a practical main daily driver. This is my other iPhone SE. It's a 64GB unit, it's fully unlocked, and it used to be in this shell. This is the shell that went through the wash, and the screen looked really shitty at the start, but it seems to have dried out now, so everything's good. This is my iPhone 5 that I used for a week as a challenge. The screen has unfortunately taken a bit more of a beating since then, and it's currently not charged, but the device does still work, and it's now running iOS 8 dual booted with iOS 6. And here we have the star of the show. This is my iPhone 10. It is my main daily driver, and I really enjoy using it. I love this device. It's an absolute legend. This is my iPhone 7 that I used for several months in 2020. It was a really good device while I had it. However, the battery is pretty bad. The screen I have on it doesn't really work that well. Next up, we have a BlackBerry Leap. It turns on, works nicely. I got it for my birthday because I really like the touchscreen BlackBerry 10 devices and I find them very intriguing. Oh wow, this phone has some very high sentimental value as this is a Microsoft Lumia 640 LTE, which was my first ever phone. My original unit was orange and I'm not quite sure what happened to it. I may have sold it, can't remember, but this device fueled my love for smartphones. So next up we have a few BlackBerries, and I'm only going to be going over the ones that weren't featured in the 13 BlackBerry lot video because I named all of them then. I'm just going to be going bold curve basically, because they have not been tested yet because I ordered parts for them, but they haven't arrived yet. So I don't actually know whether they work, but they're still in my collection, so they deserve to be here. This is a BlackBerry Pearl. It used to belong to my mum, and it is locked with a passcode which we can't remember. We don't currently have a battery for it, as the one that was in here was very swollen, so we had to bin it. But the last time I checked, it is in fact locked with a passcode. This is a BlackBerry 9300, which I got when I was off sick with COVID. A bit of the rubber fell off, but it's a very nice device. I do really like using it. The keyboard is really tactile, but it's nothing compared to the BlackBerry 8310. This is a curved model, and it has by far the best keyboard on any BlackBerry I own. I really love this keyboard. It's really tactile, it clicks nicely, and I've used this phone for writing up notes several times. Moving back over to the left-hand side, we have a Blackview A60 in blue and purple. It does work, but the screen is cracked, and the sound that comes out the speaker is very garbled and messy, so I will have to fix that at some point. I might break it, not sure. It's a pretty okay Android Go phone though, and I prefer it over some other models, so yeah. This next few line of BlackBerries, apart from this torch, was all featured in an earlier video. Go check that one out if you haven't already seen it. The parts for these haven't arrived yet, so I can't do proper testing, but I'm gonna flip them over and read what they are. I'm not gonna put in their model numbers, as that was featured in the last video with these, but yeah. Bold, bold, curve, curve, bold. This is my BlackBerry Torch. I bought it because I really enjoy Android slider phones and BlackBerry slider phones. This one does not run Android, it runs BBOS 7, and it's a very nice device to use. I really like the keyboard, however, it is a bit cramped compared to the bold and curve keyboards. So yeah, I do heavily prefer the keyboards that stand out a bit more than the ones that are all pushed together, but yeah. Curve, bold, bold, curve, bold, bold. Yeah, that's my BlackBerries at the moment. I may do a BlackBerry collection update at some point once I know if they're all working, and I may leave a pinned comment, but the parts haven't arrived for them yet, so I can't actually make a full update video on them yet, but I do intend on doing that when the parts have arrived. This is an LG Chocolate K800. This was given to me by my grandma around the same time she gave me the SE that went through the wash. She gave that to me because it no longer functioned. However, I did manage to get some use out of it because I fixed one of my other iPhone SEs. This is my iPhone 4S. At the moment, it has no battery in it, no bottom screws either. It has no battery in it, but this thing does work and it's running iOS 6. It was downgraded with a nice custom firmware method, and it runs really nice. Despite how it looks, this Galaxy S6 Edge does not have a broken AMOLED. I just do not think it is charged at the moment. However, this phone does work perfectly fine. I replaced the battery on it because the last one did not work properly. And yeah, it was kind of hell to use like that. This is my regular iPhone 4. It currently has barely any parts in it because I dropped it, broke the back glass, and then the battery stopped working. So yeah, this thing's waiting for a few different replacement parts. However, I have already ordered 3 more iPhone 4s, and hopefully between those I'll have enough non-working parts in some of them to fix this one, as those are supposed to be iCloud locked, but this one is fully unlocked. So yeah, this is my Galaxy S7. It currently has no battery, no back. It's missing quite a lot of parts, but that's because I ordered just the screen and it came as a full device. I think I may have got slightly scammed on this listing, as it said that the screen was working. However, when it arrived, it did not. So yeah, this thing needs more work. I did contact eBay and I did get a partial refund, so eh. This is my iPhone 3GS. I did some research into what the differences are between them physically, and this is a 3GS. It does work, but the screen is absolutely mangled. It does not even come on anymore. This poor thing is a Galaxy S6 Edge Plus, which I do hope to fix at some point. However, the only thing wrong with it is the AMOLED, but it also doesn't have a bunch of parts, which is unfortunate because it means I can't properly test it, even with a new AMOLED. So I'm gonna have to order some parts for it, but it is a nice device. Next, we have 4 iPhone 5Ss. They all suffer from very similar issues, mainly due to the fact that they do not have screens or batteries. most of these work. I think one of them might be iCloud locked, which might be this one, but this one has a few issues. They all have a few issues and they're being worked on, and some of them have been featured in videos before. However, they've been stripped down to fix better phones at some point. Last but certainly not least, we have my Galaxy A20e. However, it is in bits at the moment as I dropped it and the screen smashed real bad, and I didn't want to get glass all over my bed, so I just took the motherboard out. It does have all of its parts, so I can put it back together. Why? Why is there police? Go away, I'm trying to film a video. Okay, back to this phone. It's a 32GB model, and it does work pretty nicely. However, the fingerprint sensor does have some damage on it, so that does not work correctly half the time. So yeah, that's about it for my phone collection 2022, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!